All right, everyone, it's time to talk about Hillary Clinton and fascism. For another period of time now, for the second time, I think, this year, Hillary Clinton is actually correct on something. She's correct. She came out and she said, she was giving some sort of televised gathering bullshit, giving a speech, to a bunch of liberal, college kids. And she was like, well, all of the telltale signs of fascism creeping in are there. Fascism is coming to America. I found myself saying, well, yeah, absolutely. I mean, it's basically already here. The problem is Hillary Clinton represents it. Hillary Clinton and people who support her represent the creeping fascism that's currently in the United States today. The idea, for example, and this is common apparently among people on the left, they've been frightened by lurid tales of online extremism that doesn't exist, mainly prefaced on evil orange man sort of stuff. They've been convinced that we need corporate censorship of the entire online world. A person should not be able to bank or speak or walk outside or do anything unless they have right think. If they have the wrong opinions, they shouldn't be able to live even a marginally normal life. I would say it's kind of fascistic. Yeah, I would say at the very least, in the general term, it's authoritarian. It's totalitarianism. It's corporate fascism. It's the belief that a billionaire running a corporation somewhere, simply by virtue of the fact that it's engaged with human communication, some billionaire running a multi-billion, possibly trillion-dollar entity should be able to shut people down and prevent them from taking part in normal life because they have incorrect opinions. Yeah, I would say that that's dangerous. That kind of censorship is definitely a precursor to actual fascism. These companies right now, if we look at what Facebook is doing with cryptocurrency, you can see prediction long term. If it's successful, if Zuckerberg is successful, Facebook rolls out its new cryptocurrency. Other groups will do the same. He's making money hand over fist. He's administering this cryptocurrency. Google will do the same, Apple, and so forth. Pretty soon it'll be illegal to use any alternatives to the big crypto market. The big crypto market will be the only legal one. Anyone using anything else for any reason will be fucked. That's what'll end up happening. And it'll be a form of soft fascism, essentially. You can buck that trend. You can go overseas if you want. And people, the funny part is that the liberals, and they hate this argument when you make it right now, they'll be making the same argument. If you don't like it, go to a different country. Because apparently it's anti-American to believe in free speech or to believe in free enterprise. That's the sad part. That's how our republic apparently has chosen to commit suicide, is by corporate fascism. We were so worried about Nazis that the corporations basically became worse, and now that's considered tolerable. It's considered a good and liberal thing to do, to let corporations tell people how to live their lives. I remember when liberals used to fight against that sort of thing, but, I guess that just shows that I'm a fucking old fogey at this point. At 31 of all ages, I'm already ancient, older than the sands of time. I can remember a time when people on the left actually stood for free speech. They actually understood that, yes, the billionaire down the road probably doesn't have your best interests in mind, may have become a billionaire by dubious methods. That's considered an odd thing. So Hillary Clinton's not wrong. It's just that she's being a hypocrite. She loves the new fascism. Trump's not a fascist. What the fuck has Trump done that's fascistic? Keep us out of overseas adventurism? Give us more of our money back, a la the tax reform bill? Get rid of the ACA mandate that forces people to buy into a broken healthcare system that's a sort of half-assed bastard between a free market and a socialistic healthcare system? Where's the fascism? I don't understand how anyone can logically make the argument that Donald Trump is even an authoritarian. The things that he's doing, the only thing that I would say is kind of he's optioning a suppressor ban, which should, by the way, it should piss off the left and the right. Yes, absolutely. Just because Trump has an R after his name doesn't mean the NRA needs to roll over and let him fuck him in the ass, but apparently the NRA is going to let him do that. Which is really funny. They don't even stand for gun rights anymore. They stand for basically, you should be able to own a BB gun. It should be allowable that after a lengthy and expensive permitting process, you should be able to own a 22 revolver or something like that. Anything more than that, they get jittery. They don't want to defend you anymore. Fuck the NRA. And fuck Hillary Clinton as well. But she's right. I mean, she's not wrong. Yeah, fascism's already here. I always remember, back when I was more of a liberal, in the early Obama era, late Bush era, I can remember I was fond of this one thing, and this applied to Sarah Palin. It was very funny because she literally did weird shit like this. It said, when fascism comes to America, it'll be wrapped in a flag carrying a cross. That sort of describes the left of today. Well, you hate the children and you're anti-American if you believe that we shouldn't have corporations censoring the internet of all things. By the way, hail the Pope. You see that more and more often. It's actually weird, although it's not just a cross, it's just generic, insert generic religious symbol here. But I don't see the far right trying to be fascistic. They're not trying to silence me. I disagree with them. They're not trying to shut me up. They'll debate me on things. The left won't do that. The left gets red in the face and says I shouldn't be able to speak at all. If I go after one of their sacred cows, if I go after Sarkeesian, or if I say that AOC is a moron and doesn't know anything about economics, oh my God, you evil white male, stuff like that. So yeah, fascism is here. It's just that it's being piloted by a bunch of people with pink hair and stuff like that. Hillary Clinton's actually right for the second time this year. That's a record, by the way, for her. Since the 90s, it's been a long time since she's been right more than once in a year. Sometimes not even that much. Sometimes she has a dry spell, 2 or 3 years in a row. That's about all. Peace out.